Customer journey analytics is a must for every business. And today we are going to explore some key performance indicators that help businesses understand how customers move through their digital experience. Now let's start with the most fundamental metrics, which is the conversion rate. So on this dashboard, you see a conversion rate of 28.4%. But what does that mean? So conversion rate is the percentage of visitors who complete a desired action. In this case, making a purchase. So for example, if 100 people visit your website and 28% buy something, now that's a conversion rate of 28%. But conversion rate doesn't tell the whole story. That's why we also need to track the full funnel: awareness, consideration, purchase, and retention. And here you can see that at the awareness stage, we have 124K visitors. So these are the people who have just discovered the brand. Maybe through an ad, through a search result, or through social media. Now let's move to consideration. Here you see 87.2K users. So these people are actively evaluating your product, like reading reviews, they are comparing options, and maybe also adding products to the basket. Now at purchase, we see 34.8K customers who have converted. So this drop off from 87.2 to 34.8 represents the conversion rate in action. And finally, we have this retention, which shows 28.1K customers. So these are the customers who are returning back for repeat purchases. The customer flow metrics here shows the real-time nature of customer journey analytics. Each dot here represents a customer doing something on the website. The connected dots show on how customers are visiting multiple pages. Now let's talk about time. The dashboard here shows an average time of 4 minutes and 32 seconds. This metric shows on how long customers spend from first touch point to the purchase decision. But why does this matter? So time reveals friction. If your average time is too short, say under a minute, customers might be doing some impulse buying without proper consideration, which can lead to higher return rates. And if it is too long, let's say more than 15 minutes, there might be too many steps, confusing navigations, and some kind of decision paralysis. So our 4 minutes and 32 seconds suggest a healthy balance, and customers might have enough time to make some informed decisions without getting frustrated or abandoning their journey. Now we can also see some time patterns in this customer engagement heat map. So this tells us when our customers are most active, on which days they are most active. So we can plan our marketing efforts on those days. One of the most important critical metrics for optimization is the drop-off rate. And here it shows 12.7%. So this measures the percentage of customers who abandon the journey before completing it. And the channel flow diagram helps us visualize where these drop-offs are occurring. So you can see here that flows are coming from social media and email are fading away before they reach the purchase stage. So these are our drop-off points. You'll also notice that most of the drop-offs are occurring during the consideration phase. Now here is a fascinating metrics, which is the average touch point. This customer journey shows an average touch point of 7.2. A touch point is every interaction between the customer and your brand, like viewing an ad, visiting your website, reading an email, checking social media. All these are touch points. And the number 7.2 tells us that this is a considered purchase. It is not an impulse buy. And just to give you some context, items like snacks or food items have an average touch point of 2 to 3, while high involvement purchases like cars or software can have almost about 15 to 20 touch points. Our Sankey diagram here shows these various touch points. Customers might start with social media, then move to search, receive an email reminder, visit directly, and then convert. Each touch point builds the trust and moves the customers closer to purchase. So if you know that customers on an average would require 7 touch points, this means you can plan campaigns that will provide exposure to all these touch points to the customers. Now let's talk about the bottom line, which is the ROI or the return on investment. Now this dashboard indicates a ROI of 342%, which is kind of outstanding. But what does that actually mean? So ROI measures the profitability of your marketing investment. The formula is quite simple. You divide the profit by investment and then multiply by 100. So for example, if you spend $10,000 on marketing and if you generate a profit of $34,200, that's an ROI of 342%. Now you'll also notice that this ROI connects to various metrics. So this 28.4% conversion rate means fewer wasted ad impressions. The 7.2 touch point shows efficient journey optimization, and the 12.7 drop-off rate is relatively low, meaning most of the marketing spend reaches completion. The cohort retention matrix looks complex, but it is very powerful. Each row here represents a group of customers who made their first purchase in the same week, and each column here shows how many of them return in the consecutive weeks. You can see here that it shows 100% in week 0, so this is the initial purchase of customers. Week 1 shows 85%, means 85% of the customers came back after week 1. It shows 72% in week 2, which means 72% of the customers came back in week 2. And then it shows 51% in week 6, which means 51% of customers came back in week 6. This pattern reveals your product stickiness. A steep drop-off suggests customers aren't finding ongoing value. A gradual decline is normal, but a retention rate of 50% by week 6 is excellent. Customer journey analytics is not just about collecting data. It is about understanding the behavior. Every metric in this dashboard answers a question. Are the customers finding the business? Are they converting? Are they staying? Is the business profitable? And the most successful businesses don't just track these KPIs, they use them to drive decisions. So remember, metrics without action is just numbers. But metrics with a strategy is going to help you build a customer experience which is going to convert your customers to loyal advocates.